Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In today's episode we're going to be going back to my SGS toolbox and I'm going to be cutting in some tools. What I'm decided to do is try and be a bit more organised in my work ethics and what have you, and try and have my toolbox better laid out. Now I'm renowned, famous for just throwing tools in my toolbox. But I do spend about 14 hours a week trying to find tools, 14mm sockets and 10mm that I can't find. So hopefully going forward in the next couple of weeks, that will be a thing of the past. So what I've done is I've decided to purchase this product called Shadow Foam, okay? It comes from a company called Shadow Foam, funnily enough. You can get it in all different colours. You can get it in 50mm and I think 30mm, don't quote me on that. I've gone for the 50mm one. I'm not affiliated or being sponsored to say anything about this this company. They are, however, fantastic. Their delivery is very, very good. Communications is good as well, so go and check them out. I have also purchased a Shadow Foam cutting kit. I think this was $9.99 for the kit. You can order the packs in packs of 3, one particular size, bigger packs or bigger sort of sections for a bit more money, or you can also order custom size. And what I've done for the bigger ones is actually ordered custom size because I didn't want to muck about cutting the bigger one. So they have sent me them that fit, and I have tried it and it does actually fit in the drawer as I wanted. So the specifications that I sent them have worked. The little tiny packet of Shadow Foam cutting kit comes with one scalpel handle, 5 blades, cutting instructions, foam repair kit should you go wrong, anti-cut gloves and Shadow Foam sticker. So they have sent some stickers as well, which is cool. I emailed them to say if you send me some stickers over I'll give you a shout out. So here is their sticker, cool sticker as well. I've got on my old sticker board. Work Tech Life Organised Shadow Foam, there you go. So there's the gents over at Shadow Foam. Go and check them out. Is their website on here? They're up in Cheshire, is where they actually are. So if you live that way, you can go and see them. Just trying to find their website if it's on here. I'm not seeing it, but it will be on here somewhere. Yeah, www.shadowfoam.com. For any inquiries, please email hello@shadowfoam.com. So go and check them out. They do all different types of stuff, different colours, and everything for your toolboxes or anything that you have a drawer for that you want to sort out. You know, camera cases, that sort of stuff. Go and check them out. They are super fantastic, and I've had good dealings with them so far. As I say, fantastic customer care and what have you. And I ordered these. I think I ordered on the Friday. One lot turned up on the next day delivery Saturday, which I didn't actually pay for, next day delivery. It came the next day though. And then the second lot came on the Monday morning. Time is now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. These came at around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock this morning. So super, super cool. So go and check out Shadow Foam for all your drawer toolbox camera needs. If this is your first time you're watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or 2 on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's cut some tools into this Shadow Foam to be a bit more organised. Right, so at the moment, as you can see, my workshop is, well, I hate it. I hate working like this, but it's what it is. When you're moving toolboxes about, you just have to move stuff about and what have you. So at the moment, it's bad. I know it's bad, and I can't work like it, but there you go. So this is the Shadow Foam product. This is a 50mm product, as I say. I think they do it in 30, but don't quote me. I might be wrong. But go and check their website out for all you need. So this was measured by me. For this drawer space. Now, one thing I didn't do, my mistake, is when I actually measured it with my tape, I went to the back of a drawer and to the lip, and it came out at 38 inches. 15 inches? Come out about 15 inches, which is what they've cut it at, okay? However, there is a lip on the inside of about 6mm, so I haven't actually counted for that. However, what I should do is I should put this in and then just backpack it. Obviously, you've still got at the back tools that you can't access, about 1.5 to 2 inches of space at the back that you can't access, okay? So bear that in mind, but as you can see, my Shadow Foam goes straight in to size, no gaps. All I'm going to do is just put it forward, like so, and I'm just literally just going to backpack in there with a bit of spare shadow foam just so it doesn't move. But that's what I should do, or in the front, one or the other. Okay, wherever I can get the most out of my tools. So that is what the product actually is, and this is what it looks like. I've already had a go, okay, because you know I'm not going to sit here and just wait to do the whole lot in one video. Although these guys have actually do a video on how to do a toolbox and they actually time themselves, so go and check that out. It's super cool. So I've already done some, and there's my plier set. Okay, let me get in a bit closer. There's my plier set. I've also done some finger spaces as well, so you can actually pick the utensils out as well. Okay, so I've done that already. That's done. They're pretty good. I might come back and go a bit deeper later on. I should see there's 1 or 2 sets are just a little bit too high, but you know, you live and learn, right? You live and learn. So I've done that one. Again, my tools don't all match, but it's what it is. So there's my plier drawer set. I think that one's empty. I think, yeah, it is. And I've also done over here my Allen key set, Torx bit set, and mole grips. I've got 2 more pairs of mole grips somewhere. I can't find them, but they will turn up as and when. That's why I left a bit of a space. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me get set up. I'll be back in 2 ticks of a gnat's whisker. So I suppose, first things first, Mick, before we do anything, we're going to need to put the shadow foam boys up on the old wall of fame here. I'll try and put them all on, but we've got a nice big sticker there, which I quite like. We'll have that off. Let's find somewhere nice from the go. Do you know, we could go there. Could go there. We're not going to read it right, are you? Let's go down here then. Let's go down here, next to my sticker. So there's the old shadow foam boys. Pride of place. There you go. Shadow foam for all eternity. So if you want to go on my sticker board, just send me a sticker over to my channel. Email address is in my about section or my banner. Feel free, I'll give you a free shout out, of course. And yeah, you can go on the old wall of fame amongst everybody else. So go check everybody else out. They're super channels. Feel free. Right, so I've got my lift table already. And what we're going to be doing today is I've got one of these, what I use, Halfords Professional Kit. That's the actual kit that I use nearly every day. Oh, I think it goes that way around, Mick. That way around. And this is generally what just sits on top of my old workstation. As you can see, I have tipped it up and what have you been carrying it around, so it is very messy. Today we're going to be doing spanners, I think, and possibly extension bars. That's what we're going to be doing. So let me get all the spanners and wrenches out, and I'll get some foam up on top, and then we'll try and get it organised how we want it, and then once it's organised, we get cutting. Okay, so I have now set up roughly what I think I'm going to be using the most, which is my imperial and metric sizes. I've got a twin set of ratchet spanners. These are my Halfords Professionals, and these are just a standard chrome one as well. And I've also got, as I say, the different sizes, like, you know, your 1/2 inch, 3/16, what have you, that side there. Because I do work on vintage stuff as well. So that's roughly what's gonna fill my spanner setup to make the most amount of room. Now I have just mixed up a little tiny bit by having the rings going the opposite way, just to sort of give it a bit more look. Now what I will say with this, I'm not professional, right? You see these boys over at Shadow Foam, they can whack one of these out in about 10 minutes, right? This is not going to take 10 minutes, it's going to take about an hour. But what I should do is I shall either bring you back at intervals, or I should put you on a bit of time lapse or whatever. We'll sort something out and go from there. Now what I will say is what I have seen, or how I've experienced this, is the sharper the knife, the better. Okay, now I've been using, before they sent this kit out to me, I was using one of these, just a smaller version, which works fine, but it doesn't take long. You'll be surprised how quick it actually takes for the blades to go blunt. Okay, so you will be surprised. So do yourself a favour, if you haven't got a scalpel one like these guys sent you in the kit, pop down to your local B&Q, whatever, and pick up a handful of these. They're cheap enough. And you can buy them with spare blades as well. I use that to do my other sets that I've done so far, and that worked quite well. If you want to wear gloves, that's up to you. Do as you like. Don't have to do as I say. I don't wear gloves, even at work. I don't wear gloves. I like the feeling of being in control just with my skin, you know. So let me get set up. I'll come back to you once we start cutting. Now the idea is, from what I see, is you lay it all out as you want it. Okay, that's the bulk of the idea. Once you've got it where you want it, obviously you can't just like start going round it individually like that. It's a bit of a pain in the bum. So you might have to move a few tools out of the way and start to, and do it again. Just make sure, what I would do is, before you do the next spanner, just lay it out, make sure you've got the right spacings and what have you, and go from there. But where I can just leave them all in situ, I will do, and then we'll peel them off a bit later on. So let me get set up. I'll be back in 2 ticks. Right, so we the spanner drawer is as I want it. I think I've done a bit of moving about and what have you, just to try and maximise as much space as I can. Please bear in mind you can't get right down the very back, so my 13 mil is going to be quite hard to retrieve that. But I know where it is. If I need it, I need it, right? That is one you would need more than most. But I'll still get back there. It's not a problem, not the end of the world. So to begin with, they recommend you go 90 degree in, okay, and then just cut as deep as you need to. So this is actually the deepest part here and here, okay. So when you get to this middle section, you don't want to go quite so deep because you're going deeper here. So that's roughly up to that there, which is about 8 mil, I say, something like that, okay. So that's how deep you have to go. I mean, all you have to do, apparently, is literally get your knife, trace around, just go nice and gently with it. Don't rush. And if you can slide the knife, it's easier. But as the knife gets more and more blunt, you will have to use a cutting motion. So you see how I just knocked them other spanners? That does happen. So just take your time. And remember, that's not where they belong now, because I've actually moved them. Just careful when you're working towards you with a knife, obviously. Try and work away from it if you can. But it's not always possible. I'm going to run that all the way down now. Now it's been traced once, we can now cut the depth we want, which is going to be about there. But lighter on this stem. And then it goes deeper again as it comes down to here. Don't rush. Don't rush. Keep your workpiece nice and steady. Okay, and that's it. Knife out the way. You can then get hold of it, move your spanner out the way, and then literally you just have to get hold of it best you can. Now, what I have found, and this is probably not how Shadow Foam will teach you how to do it, but this is how I find it easier, because I've got no nails, is I then get hold of a pair of long nose pliers and literally just tease out the start of it. That's what I do, okay? Just to get it moving. Once you get it moving, it ain't too bad. Now, if like me, you find that actually that's not deep enough for you, you can then go back in and with the pliers and have another go at it. This critical piece is where all this joins around here, because you want this to be as neat as possible. So if you feel it snagging, just go around with your scalpel, because you want to make sure it looks tidy, because if it doesn't look tidy, you're going to be looking for a new piece of foam. So just take your time with it, get the shape you want. Like there, hasn't quite come off right, so just cut it off with a scalpel. So there's your shape. There's my spanner. That's going to fit in a lush, but as you see, it's not deep enough. So what I did was, as I say, Shadow Foam may say, no, Mick, you're doing it all wrong, bruv. Okay, I understand that, but I'm doing the best I can do. I then get hold of it with a pair of long nose pliers, and because it's easy peel system, this one, not the original one, you can then just sort of start your depth off and then get hold of it and then start to pull it out. Now I want it deeper here, but not at the other end. Like that. So now it's deeper. Perfect. So I didn't take any out of this middle section. Look at that, nice and flush. You could go a little bit deeper maybe, but that's where I want it, something like that. Now that's how easy it is, okay? It's not hard at all, but it is just time consuming. And if you knock the spanners, you know, like there, you need to just make sure that you put them back before you cut your next piece out, so you know that everything is perpendicular to where you want it, okay? So now I get my scalpel again. This is the next one to be done. Get it where you want it. hold the workpiece down, cut round. As I say, at the moment the scalpel's nice and sharp, so it's making life easy. But as it gets blunt, and it won't take long, I think they recommend about 3 scalpels per draw, something like that, 2-3 scalpels per draw. Oh, went wrong there, see that? So go careful. The idea is to hug the scalpel to the workpiece. But the advantage is, where we went wrong a minute ago, you can cover that up, because all you're going to do is you're going to hold that workpiece down tight and run that scalpel right along that edge. I went wrong just here, I can see it, but if I keep that scalpel in, it should then hug that line where I want it. Okay, so that's that one done. Move it to one side. I'm just going to pick this bit out. About there. So I'm going to nail, see I can't get my fingers in there. So let's come up. Now where I went wrong was about here. And actually where I've recut the line again, is actually not too shabby. Just take your time. So that isn't too bad. Let's get the workpiece in. Goes that way. So nowhere near deep enough. So now what I do, as I say, just get my pliers and grab a bit just out of this section here. That's the bit I want out, just there. And then out of this bit here. Now what would be good is if I actually made a tool. I'm only thinking out loud here. Look at me. Been doing shadow phone for 5 minutes and already thinking about how to make a tool. What would be good was to make a tool which goes in at a right angle. So you could, if you want that much off, you could just push it in and then dig it out and lift it. And that way you've got a bit of like a trench cutter, maybe. That's what I'm trying to say. That'd be good. Quite like that. Could go a bit more just on there. I think I could do with literally just a sliver out of there. Because it's the easy peel system, you only want to grab a little tiny bit and it comes out. There you go. That should fit spanking. Look at that. Lush. And that's all you're doing. Literally, it's not rocket science. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so let me get on and do a few more. I'll come back to you once I've done a few more. I don't suppose you want to see me on a time lapse, mate. Really, you don't. But let me get a few more done and I'll come back to you once I've done a few more. Okay, first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 sets have been done. All laid out nice and flat. If you're not quite sure, like this one here could go a little bit deeper. Literally just pull it out and just pull a bit more foam out, okay? And it will sit a bit deeper. So I think actually this one here wants a bit pulled out just in the centre. Literally just here. It's a little bit high. The less you pull out, the better. That's better. That's it, better now. Right, okay, so it's in. That one as well. Oh no, that's right, it's done. So now that's done, that's that section done. However, it might be a bit of a pain in the bum trying to get these ones out, especially here and here, okay? So what they also recommend you do is put in some finger pulls, okay? Now that can be achieved by getting a ruler, which I can't find. There it is. And all you want to do is you can have it looking straight. That look a bit wonky, I think. It might look better if it's a bit on the skew width, about there. That look kind of cool. And all we're going to do is get my ruler and literally cut in up tight against the old ruler. Keep your ruler nice and level. And just a little bit off the end, about there. And then where your line is, I'm going to guesstimate it. That's just the way I work. It's going to be about there, I'd say. Hold that down, and then go back in again. And my scalpel is getting a bit blunt now. You can hear it's actually tearing rather than actually cutting. So maybe a little bit of sawing action is required. then just go back over it again just to make sure you are getting them cuts, because it'd be a shame now to ruin this. Right, with that done, and get your ruler out the way, and with my trusted pair of long nose pliers, literally just take a bit out. Try and keep it the same thickness throughout. And you can see what I'm doing. And that's where that glue comes in handy. So just pull up slightly, a bit of glue in there maybe, just to glue it back down. And this is where the scalpel started to tear, not quite so much cut. Just go easy. If you're not sure, if it's not quite cut right, just go in with a scalpel just to tidy it up. Right on the edges. That's better. Yeah, it's not actually cut there. So a bit of sawing action is required. And because you know you're buying the different colour foams, obviously you want the foam to pop even when your tools are in there. And then this one at the end, just cut it off about there. Perfect. And then that way you've just designed yourself some nice little finger pulls for your spanners. We're going to go back here. Or your wrenches, wherever you're from in the States. There you go. Look at that. Now you've got some nice finger pulls to come down through. So if you want to get hold of your spanner, you can do with these. And it just makes it stand out a bit more as well. Okay, so that was kind of cool. I like that. Next, I'm going to get on and do. I'll probably do these ones down here. Your 1/2 inches and your 7/16, whatever. Do that set next. Get them cut in. And yeah, that was kind of nice. We like that, don't we? For someone like myself who didn't actually never used to worry about the toolbox looking spanking. Yeah, that looks kind of spanking. So let me get on to this other set, and I'll be back in 2 ticks. Right, we're making some progress. All these bottom ones are now done. These top ones here are done just here. I'm just going to move on to this next section. I want to bring it in just rather than you just keep coming back to me, you know, coming back and say, oh yeah, I've done that, I've done it. So I want to show you how I'm doing it. I've just put a relatively new blade in. Just want to try and maximise as much space as I can out of this bit of foam. Not so the tools are too cramped up, but something like that. So get my scalpel now. Obviously I've been working away quite on my own, so I'm quite contented how it's going. About there. Just leaving a bit of room in between these two here. There's a bit more room there as well. That's it. Get too bunched up and we'll be struggling. So just keep that scalpel as tight to the workpiece as you can possibly get it without cutting your fingers off. And then as you get to these top bits where it's a bit trickier, literally just come right to the end and then just bend that blade round. Okay? Bend it round, force it around there. And that's done. So that's that one done. As I say, I've been using this set of long nose pliers here. Literally just to take out what I want. Once you've got it, it'll then just peel up. When I get to this end here, I'm just a bit careful because I don't want to be ripping anything out I don't want to be ripping out. So just a bit careful there. Once that's out, I can then literally just make this bit here a bit deeper, because it is a bit deeper on my spanner, and then this bit here again a bit deeper. Once you get hold of a bit, you can just pull a layer back. Do you want it to touch more to about there, I'd say. And once you've been working away at it for a little while, you'll find that your tool works quite well. It's be a bit deeper. So I'm going to take a little tiny bit off in the centre, just to let it sit down a bit more. It's better. It's too high up in the centre, but there's a bit high too. I can do a bit more coming out of the centre as well. Once you get hold of a bit, it will just literally just peel away. Yeah, it's better. Just sitting down a bit. Cool. So get the next one in place. As I say, before you commit to a cut, just make sure you leave yourself enough space in between the two pieces of work. That'd be about ideal for me there. So make sure you get the scalpel around the right way. Follow that line. You can come back round that way to join the two up if you like, but I just like to bend the scalpel around just to follow the contours of the project. I believe we're about there. It is. Get to there. I'll just pull that bit out of there myself, just to make sure it doesn't snag anywhere. And I'll pull a bit out of there, so it's nice and deep. A bit out of there. So this is how I do it. Don't forget to go and check out the boys at Shadow Foam. They're the professionals, yo. I'm just Micks Mowers. I'm just having a go at it. Yeah. But to be fair, seems to be working. Happy with that. The only downside of this, of course, is it does make so much mess. There's stuff everywhere. Oh, look at me complaining about mess. Well, quite 2 years ago, it didn't matter. About there. And of course, the other downside to using this stuff is, of course, if you lose a spanner, if you can't find a direct replacement for it, and you have to get something just a little bit different, you might have to buy a whole new sheet of this stuff just to do it. But it does also, Matey was saying, I don't know his name, Matey was saying at Shadow Foam, of course, this does also encourage you to have a tidy toolbox, to look after your tools, not lend them out, because people don't always return their stuff, do they? Once they've borrowed it, and if you lose a 14mm, and you can't find the exact socket you had before, whatever, yeah, you're going to be a bit upset, right? Because all your tools are looking nice and shiny and sparkly and all the rest of it, and all of a sudden you've got this big pink gap where something used to live. So I'd be a bit upset if I went for all this trouble to do this, and then you lose a part, So as you can see, I'm not being overly careful here. So I'm not a professional at doing this at all. I'm just having a good go at it and trying my best to try and keep it as tidy as I can. I've made a few mistakes here and there. I haven't tried to cover any of it up. There's a few places where literally the blade has not gone snug against a project. I'm not overly concerned about that. This is already going to improve the way in which I work. And having a new SGS toolbox too, that's going to help too. I just cut myself there, funnily enough. First time I've cut myself with a scalpel live on camera. I just nicked it, felt it. So yeah, wear your cut-proof gloves. Because if you don't, you end up cutting yourself like I do. But like I say, that's the first time I've cut myself with a scalpel. I just nicked it. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 33 cuts I've made. And that's the first time I've cut myself, generally. I've got the first aid kit here, just it's only a plaster. I just don't want to put blood all over this foam. I don't know if it's blood resistant. But there you go, yeah. So there you go in the comment section. Mick, you should wear gloves, cut through gloves. I can't wear them. I can't wear them. I can't feel the knife. You know, I like to be able to feel what I'm doing. I certainly felt that, but anyway, I'm a big boy. I can take it. Right. That's that one done. Cool. Right, and there you have it. One complete spanner toolkit set now complete. That's all my spanners that I would need. I do have some spare up the top here, which I should probably put on a magnet bar somewhere else, just hang off the wall in case I need any other duplicates of these, say. But they're all in. I'm sort of 90% happy with their height. I might have to come back a little while later on and redo them. One thing I maybe should have done is where the ring is actually facing upwards, maybe I should have done it going downhill. Maybe. But hey ho, I can always go back and do it again if need be. But overall, I'm super duper happy with that. Let's get it in the drawer and see what it looks like. Right, so here we go, moment of truth time. I might be able to get it all in with all the spanners all in there. It's not that heavy, hopefully, he says. So let's slide her on in. Push her down. Yep. And it's going to come back towards me just a hair's breadth. About there. I'll backpack it because it's my mistake, not theirs, when I measured it. But look at that. That there be proper. That's how we speak down south. What do you reckon of that then? We like that or don't we like it? Now I'm normally one whose tools are an absolute mess. You know what my toolbox used to look like. But just imagine opening that up and the pride you can take. Bosh. Isn't that lovely? I think it is. Nice little finger grips just so you can take the spanner out, put it back in with ease, no problem at all. That's lush. Yeah, we like that. We like that a lot. So there you have it, one shadow foam drawer now done, another 2 to go for the main drawers, and then I need to get hold of shadow foam again to see if they do a much thicker one than this, because my other drawers are roughly going to be about 80mm deep for these foams. So I need to do an 80mm deep. I don't know if they do. I'll get hold of them. Or if you're watching shadow foam, do a slightly thicker one than the 50, because my next drawers are going to be slightly deeper than that. But anyway, that's how I do it. Go and watch the professionals over at Shadow Foam. Don't copy how I did it, because I cut myself and I didn't wear my gloves, but that's just me. Go and check them out at www.shadowfoam.com. Go and check them out. I'm not affiliated, I'm not being paid to say anything by them. They're just a really good company, and the customer service is second to none. I've had absolutely no problems with the materials that they supplied. Haven't had to use a glue, and if I can do it, you can do it. And the results can be absolutely fantastic. With the right colour foam, because they do purples, pinks, greens and all sorts. With the right colour foam, you can make your toolbox pop. Which is super, super cool. If it's your first time watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or 2 on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. I look forward to the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take her easy.